there's a lot of grooves that aren't just you know, kick, snare, hi-hat.
Right.
You know, so obviously. But you know, an example of a drummer who certainly did a lot of unconventional stuff is Ringo. Like you think
Ringo
like
Starr, the Beatles.
Like Ticket to Ride is a good example. I mean, that's linear, first of all, you know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So no hi-hats going on there. But then in the middle of the song, and then you know,
Ticket to Ride.
whatever it is.
It's really creative, though.
Yeah, it's creative. It's so like thinking outside the box, I guess, is a kind of broader way to think about it.
Sure.
It's just thinking outside the box. Another example, Zombie by the Cranberries. Kind of that cool verse groove that's going on there. It's like a little, you know, two-hand hi-hat thing, but there's no snare in the verse.
No snare.
The snare doesn't come in until the chorus. You know, and then they're doing the whole big thing, but the drummer on there is kind of one of those type, something like that.
Yeah,
you know, don't come at me with the
That's not exactly it.
Yeah, don't you know, don't.
Yeah.
But you know,
the overall,
like that. Yeah.
How about bringing in the floor tom?
So I'm actually thinking. I'm thinking about Foo Fighters, obviously. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah.
You know, it's like The Pretender. There's that build in the bridge, like, right? And then we bring in that hi-hat, and there's a snare, and there's a left hand, you know, and doing all that. So that's a really cool, you know, that I mean, like that is a cool beat. That's super cool.
Also,
like,
it
really,
also
really
feels
cool.
like it's building.
Yeah.
You know,
It's kind of one of those things like, you know, I think a lot of times drummers think of like, okay, there's grooves, and there's
fills,
and there's builds,
Yeah.
and there's fills, and they're all separate things.
Right.
But like they kind of are. But I mean, like you can have, you know, again, that's a groove that feels like a build.
Yeah.
Like, because it is building.
Right.
Kind of doing the classic, you know, building eighth note.
Yeah, and you're
type of
adding
thing.
different elements.
But there's
Right.
And all of that just being the left hand, like that's a bit of a coordination exercise as well.
Show that one again. That's another. Four on the floor.
Yeah, there's that.
So basically, four on the floor, eighth notes, just simple eighth notes on the floor tom, and then just going back and forth between the hi-hat and snare.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a cool thing to do. You know, and sometimes when I'm playing, like even if I'm going. I might just throw in things like that where, again,
they're not fills. It's just being incorporated in the groove.
But it's kind of a fill, a little bit.
You're changing it up.
But again, it's that whole thing like don't box up, don't categorize grooves over here and fills over here. Like kind of, you know, was that a fill? I don't know. Was it?
Right.
Like it was sort of.